So we're working with a lot of lower back pain at the moment, and it's surprising it's in younger athletes or younger people. Um, they've been through a process of being told it's weak core, so rehabilitated core. They've been told it's weak glutes, so rehabilitated glutes. They've been told that it's tight quad, so they've gone through a series of stretching with quad. And it ranges from people who competed in CrossFit to people who played pro rugby league, pro rugby union, football, endurance athletes, tactical athletes, and it seems quite common. After a little bit of research, there's a lot of information out there about young adult hip impingement syndrome. It's essentially the same as what you would get previously in a 40, 50-year-old person who had hip degradation. And the doctors and the hospitals at the moment are spending a lot of money. There's a study going on at Warwickshire University to see whether physiotherapy or surgery, impingement surgery, keyhole surgery, is better. At the moment, they're saying that the results that they're finding is it's 50-50. The difficulty we've got is that once people are in this pain cycle, it's hard to get out of it, and that's where we come to. So for the last 2.5 years, I've had significant pain on my back. It's been constant. It's been absolutely life-changing, if you will. Constant stress, constant pain, lack of sleep, lack of being able to do the sports that you want to do. So I used to love running. I used to love just doing hard phys, and certain things I just can't do. I paid for my own MRI results after doing a 3-week rehabilitation course in the military. The pain seemed to subside, so I assumed it was poor core, poor posture. Got glutes firing up again, flexibility increased, and I kept that on as part of my routine. No matter how much I did that, the pain eventually creeped back. I did an endurance race over a long weekend, which started off a 30-miler, then a marathon, and then a half marathon, and 8.5 miles into the sort of half marathon. I got complete down power in the hip. It felt like something had gone. I couldn't raise my right leg. I had to walk the rest of the distance. It was really disappointing. That was nearly 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, and I've been in constant pain ever since. Not able to run. So some days I'd do 400 metres, and the pain would be absolutely excruciating. It felt muscular, but it also felt that something was inside. When I squatted and tried to train legs, it felt something was stopping me going down. It was, no matter what I did, I went back to the basics of rehabilitation, went back to core, back to glutes. I went through various holistic processes for treatment. I went to physiotherapy, chiropractic, acupuncture, a series of painkillers. Just nothing was working. Met a doctor and a physiotherapist who told me about this young person's hip impingement syndrome. And we were dealing with some athletes from rugby league club at the time that were suffering the same, and they'd gone through the surgery process. I played the game and did the physiotherapy with Warwick University on their sort of course, and you know, it may work for somebody. It did strengthen glutes, it did make me stronger in the core, but ultimately I couldn't get the same feeling and intensity from my workouts. I was still weight training, but really you're building a house on a swamp. You can't build a house on crap foundations, and that's really what I was doing. I was just chasing pain all the time. 7 weeks ago, had the surgery, immediately felt pressure released all the way through the body. It sounds silly, but you know, I slept, and that was the most important thing for me. Started to de-stress, started to become body aware again. There wasn't this pain all the time that was causing weird sensations all over. I could actually pinpoint where I was tired, where I was fatigued. The last 7 weeks we've been doing various things for rehabilitation. I started walking again after 3 days without the crutches, trying to walk as normal as possible and trying to do some band work, and I'll show you the band exercises in a bit. I think they're very important. It's only what's common in the football world, the rugby world at the moment, but they really did help fire things up again. Not really trained anything else for the last 7 weeks, been busy, and I've been trying to make sure that I don't rush into breaking down again, which is what I've done in the past. And now we're at week 7. We need to step up, but I can't really internally rotate without sharp pain. I'm now chasing a leg length discrepancy, and it seems to be a physical kind of muscular leg length discrepancy. We've kind of worked out that it's coming from groin and adductors on the right leg where the surgery was on the right hip. QL possibly on the right hand side as well. We thought it was hamstring, but we think it's probably piriformis now as well. So we're going to do some stretching in a second, film those to show you what we're doing to combat it. And we're keeping this as a bit of video diary for our health professional friends who are also interested in how we were getting by. In addition to this, I'm walking distances when I can, and I'm not in too much pain. And I'm starting to cycle gently to and from work, so about 3 miles to and from work. And the pool has been great as well, both for running drills, walking drills, front crawl kicks to release psoas and release the pressure in that hip, and also develop a little bit of cardiovascular and a little bit of strength in there too again. And we're now going to start swimming on the side, so working obliques and just kind of focus on the posture to try and lengthen everything out. That's where we're at, and we hope that we can track this and maybe help others.